Okay, so this is stuff I'm using today. I'm going to use the mold, perfect mold, and I will put this in the description box, of course. But this is the alginate that I'm going to use today. We got a bucket for my hand, some Vaseline, silicone color, and I'm just going to use the brown from out of here. Some cups for the plastic gel. Let me make sure y'all can see this. This is part B, so part A and B, plastic gel, silicone, and then these two plastic cups to mix those two separate parts. And also a scale. You don't have to have a scale. You can have cups, because you can do it by the cup size or the ounces. So it's something to stir. Almost forgot, this is important. So this, you need distilled water. You cannot use the water from out the sink because it is not going to work. So, or well water, whatever they call it. Okay, so to start, I'm just following the directions on the back of the bag, and the directions say for every 1 cup of water, you use a 1/2 cup plus a 1/3 cup of the alginate powder. And so I ended up mixing in a total of 8 parts of this. So at first I only did half, I only did 4, and then I mixed it, and then it was not enough to get my hand deep enough in there, so I just added more into the mixture. This is my first time ever doing this, so I wanted to follow the instructions correctly, and you know, just to make sure that it wasn't on my part if anything went wrong. So that's why I'm following the directions so closely, and I think you should anyway. But the only thing that wasn't on the bag was about the water, the distilled water, and I read reviews on this alginate powder, and I saw where people were complaining about it not working, but it's because they were using well water or water from out of the sink, like I said before, instead of the distilled water. So here I only have a total of 6 parts of mixture in the bucket. I'm putting Vaseline on my hand per the instructions that I saw from the Brick in the Yard video, and it's to help when the suction, when you're ready to take your hand out. But because I didn't have enough in there to cover the amount that I wanted on my hand, I'm adding in another 2 parts of the mixture for a total of 8 parts. So this stuff sets in 5 minutes. So this was a very stressful part for me because I was trying to make sure I had enough of the stuff in the bucket and not let it dry up too fast or whatever. So I'm moving very fast here. And again, I'm going to rub this in my hand so that it can get the details of my hand. And then we're going to leave my hand sitting in the bucket for a total of 5 minutes. So here you can see that the product is now beginning to solidify. So I'm going to let it stay in there for a few more minutes, and then here I'm trying to wiggle my fingers around, and then we're going to take it out. So here's what we have so far for the mold. I'm just going to start taking the extra stuff from off of my hand and from around the bucket, the top of it, because I don't want it to fall inside the mold. Okay, so now I'm going to start measuring out the Plasticil gel, which is a silicone. This is part A, and I started off with just 4 ounces, of each part A and B, and then I'm going to start trying to color it, because if you don't, it's going to be just a clear color of a hand. So I'm using this pigment color for silicone, and this color is supposed to be brown, but it looks like a pinkish red or something, so I was getting a bit aggravated with this stuff. And you want to mix these separately, because once you mix them together is when they start to harden. So it took me a while to get each color together, so it was red at first. So what I ended up doing was adding in yellow and blue, and that made it a little browner. And then I ended up having to go back and add in some black as well. So you see how that looks like red or pink or something? So you have to just do whatever colors can fit into your skin tone, and I wanted mine to be a little darker. Okay, so here I'm just adding in another ounce to the mixture, because I knew I was going to start adding in more color, and something that was telling me, you want to make sure you have enough to fill in the mold. So I just added in another ounce. So when I combine these two, that will be a total of 10 ounces to make my hand. Here I'm just adding in the yellow and the blue, and even after mixing these in, it still was not brown enough for me, so I'm going to add in a little black. So now I'm just going to combine the mixtures together, and then we're going to pour it inside the mold. So you only want to pour a little bit in at a time, and then twirl it around a little so it can get into the fingers and the fingertips. And I thought I turned it around and sloshed it around enough, but we're just going to let you wait and see how it turned out at the end. And then you pour the rest of it in, and I kind of banged it a little bit on the table, and just to get the air bubbles out. And we are going to wait for an hour to let it set, and then we'll be back. Okay, it has now been an hour, and I am just trying to get the suction off of the hand so that we can pull it out. And it was kind of difficult, so my husband had to come and help me get this hand out of the mold. And here we have it. I was highly disappointed, because look at this thing. Look at these air bubbles, and then some of the fingertips are not even there, it's like chipped off. It did get really good details of the inside of my hand, but that was really it. And you couldn't even see my nail part, and I want to use it for the nails, but this is my first time, so it is what it is. So since this practice hand did not turn out how I liked it, I will be taking another shot at this silicone hand. So hit that subscribe button so you can see that video, and hopefully it will turn out a little better, because I have some other things that I want to do with this hand. Stop, come here.
No, get it away from me.
You better not break.
You made this sketch.
What's it?
We're both scared. Let me hold it. It feels weird. How did you make that?
Magic.
It looks exactly like your hand. You're trying to make clones of yourself.
Okay. Alright. It didn't turn out as good as I wanted.
Really? That's
Stop.
I wanna lick my hand.
Say bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.